Well, welcome back to Abshire Stadium, everybody. Mason Pratt here alongside, who is this guy? Tim Culp is back in the booth.
Good to see you, Mason.
Good to see you. The season actually started last week, but we're good. We're happy to have you here at Abshire Stadium. Deer Park getting ready to play their second consecutive home game, coming off that win last week over LaPorte, 41-20. Deer Park got by the Bulldogs. Tonight they play host to a very familiar opponent, just from right down I-45. The Clear Creek Wildcats coming into town. Also with a 1-0 record, Wildcats knocked off Kingwood. Should be a good matchup today. Deer Park offensively had things clicking, even with working multiple quarterbacks. Found the end zone time after time last week against LaPorte.
Yeah, I tell you what, I'm really excited. Yes, this is my first game to make this year, and hated that I missed the old border battle last week. But excited to be here tonight and see what the Deer can do against these Wildcats. I think the stat that jumped out to me, one that you shared with me a little earlier, was the fact that this defense for the Wildcats, they held their opponent to only 48 yards last week, and so that's kind of impressive if you know on the defensive side of the ball.
Yeah. Clear Creek took on Kingwood last week. Not only got the shutout, held the Mustangs, 48 yards of offense and just one first down.
Wow.
So it was an active defense for the Wildcats. Deer Park offense is going to try and solve that one here tonight as Deer Park making their way out on the field here on senior night.
Yeah, lots of moms and dads in the stand tonight for sure with senior night tonight. I've already done their introductions of all the seniors, and man, that line wrapped. It went all the way around one end of the end zone, back to the center of the field, and it made like 3 different snakes down through there. It was a lot of folks down there.
Oh yeah, had the football team, the cheer band, drill team, everybody
making memories.
That's right. Deer Park notched their 3rd consecutive season opener win last week, and all of 3 of those season opening wins coming against LaPorte over the last 2 years. And for Clear Creek, they actually got their first season opener win since 2019. It had been a while for the Wildcats.
Well, you know, we always talk about it, the fact that when you start that season, you got one job ahead of you at the first part of the season. That's win district, you know. And you know, Deer Park last year only fell 1 ball game away from having that perfect season last year. So that's what they've got their eyes set on this year, is having that perfect season. And so let's see what they can do tonight here in game number 2.
Wildcats making their way out onto the field. And like we said, a familiar opponent between these two teams. They've played 16 times going back to 2004. So they have played just about almost every season since then, obviously. And then back in 2005, they actually played twice. Deer Park and Clear Creek matched up in the regular season. Deer Park got the better of that one, and then they faced each other in the bi-district round. And Clear Creek got the win when it mattered the most. Knocked Deer Park out of the playoffs back in 05, and we're getting ready for the national anthem here from Abshire Stadium.
Please stand for the singing of our national anthem and presentation of colors by the Deer Park High School JROTC Color Guard. Right guard, Cadet Second Lieutenant Dimitri Steiner. The U.S. flag is carried by Cadet First Sergeant Dylan Corona. The Texas flag, Cadet First Lieutenant Neil Weatherly. And the left guard, Cadet Corporal Aiden Gainey. And now our national anthem.
Well, just a few moments away from kickoff in Deer Park. Once again, back at home. 2 straight games to open up the year. Always like that.
That's nice.
In the student section, they had a good showing last week.
Yeah, y'all were telling me about it. Y'all said the signs were really out and shining last week.
Yeah,
so
they were throwing some jabs at LaPorte, which you want.
yeah, all in good, clean fun.
Yeah. Deer Park offensively, we talked about using both quarterbacks, Kieselhorst and McAdams. Neither one really outplayed the other, but it was good that both played solid. Both had touchdown passes. So we'll probably see more of that kind of alternating, I would expect, here against Creek as well.
Yeah, and some of the, just having some conversations with different one. That's one of the things that I've heard.
The family members of the late Terrence Ballard.
I'm going to go to let's go down the center about this. They're recognizing the Ballard family tonight. Mr. Ballard was a teacher and coach here at Deer Park, and unfortunately passed away right at the start of school this year.
Deer Park actually playing with a TB decal on their helmets tonight.
In recognition of Terrence's countless contributions to our students and athletes, the Ballard family is here tonight as honorary team captains. In the words of head coach Austin Flynn, Terrence represents the best of us, and sometimes with this game, it's a lot more than a game. Terrence was so much more than a teacher and coach. He was a friend to many. And Deer Park football players are honoring his memory by wearing his initials on their helmets. Let's show the Ballard family what it means to be a part of Team Deer Park.
Just a class act by Coach Flynn and the Deer Park coaching staff and all of Deer Park.
Clear Creek has won the toss and has elected to defer. Deer Park will receive it on this end. Good luck, gentlemen.
And like you said, just what an act by Coach Flynn to have Coach Ballard's family out there as honorary captains and getting those decals that the team going to be wearing on their helmets tonight. But we're getting ready for kickoff here.
One more round of applause to the Ballard family as they exit the field tonight.
So Creek won the toss, elected to defer. They're going to have the wind at their back.
Yeah, I tell you what, talking about the wind and the weather, of course, temperature, I told somebody the other day, it's only in Texas that you celebrate when it gets to 100 degrees and you think a cool front's come through. But man, the wind is blowing hard right now coming out of the south. The flags are standing straight out. So this kick could probably go really, really deep. And so it's going to be interesting to see what Deer Park can do and see what kind of field position we can start off tonight's ball game with.
Deer Park offense just moments away from taking the field, but going back deep. Trey Martinez and Hayden Smith, they're going to be backing up close to their own end zone, waiting on the kick from Garrett Carlton, who we were watching in pregame warm-up kick field goals. I mean, he was doing it from having the wind at his back, but he was nailing them from 55 yards.
Yeah, he's tell you what, he's got a leg. There's no doubt about that. He gets an opportunity. He could be dangerous.
He's also the team's starting corner kicker. That's not a combo
Corner
you
kicker.
usually see.
That sounds like some kind of a soccer position.
So Hayden Smith and Martinez actually lining up in their own end zone, awaiting this opening kickoff from Carlton. Be a high kick, and Hayden Smith going to run up on it and field it from his own 6. Starts right, finds a little bit of a crease, takes a jump cut and cut down out past the 20 to the 22.
Number 1, Hayden Smith on the return for Deer. Tackle made by
Smith with a touchdown reception last week.
First down at 10, Deer Park from their own 22-yard line.
And it'll be Jacob McAdams to start this game at the quarterback spot. And the speedy Trey Martinez lined up in the backfield to McAdams' right. But they're going to go on the ground to Gregory along the left side, looking for somewhere to go. Nothing doing. And
Handoff goes to number 4, Isaiah Gregory.
short gain on the play. Almost a 3-3-5 look for this Wildcat defense.
Pickup of 2 on the play.
And number 17, Dylan Russo, the middle linebacker, flanked by Christian Hunter and Wyatt Smith, the linebackers. And then along the defensive line, the sophomore Keyshawn Jones in the middle, flanked by Najee Boulevard and Cannon Jones. McAdams throwing for the first time. Pass is complete to Hayden Smith, looking for somewhere to go. And these Wildcats swarm and bring him down. Going to be a loss.
Yeah, number 17, Dylan Russo for the Wildcats there. He was right there on Smith when he made the catch, and Smith had nowhere to go.
Loss of 2 on the play. And then looking at the Wildcats secondary, you have Quentin Gray and Garrett Carlton out on the corners. Will Rogers and Khalil Ward back deep at safety. And Luke Crowder, who had an interception last week versus Kingwood, lines up in that nickel slot position.
Looks like Creek's going to take a timeout.
Clear Creek. That's the first time out of the half.
It did that one early in the ballgame.
Sure did. A little bit of confusion defensively for Coach Dwayne Lane and his defensive staff. And the Wildcats burned their first timeout just 45 seconds into this one.
Well, you got Deer Park in, 3rd and 11. Maybe get an opportunity to, if you're the Wildcats, try to force something to happen here. Maybe get them to force the ball. You don't want to give them a chance to score, so.
And McAdams going to be throwing into that wind coming out of the south.
And I tell you, throwing into that wind's going to be a challenge.
Yeah. So after the timeout, Deer Park looking at a 3rd down and 11 here on their opening drive. Four wideout set. The senior running back Terry Thompson in. And McAdams throws, looking for King Phillips along the far sideline and reaching out and snagging that one for the first down. A flag is thrown back near the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, they jumped. I think they're going to get jumped off sides. We had a free play with it, so we'll decline that penalty.
The result of the play is the first down. Outside, Clear Creek. That penalty decline, the first down.
So Phillips with the first down reception, moving up to the 35-yard line now for Deer Park, 1st and 10. Thompson going to get his first carry. Now going to bounce it. Gets to the 2nd level and keeps those feet moving as he picks up about 8 on his first carry.
Tell you what, he's not afraid to lower the helmet and make contact, is he?
No. I saw that a lot last week. Could have, maybe if you were here, you'd have known that.
I knew that was coming. I knew that was coming.
Just kidding. 2nd down and 2 as Deer Park has it at their own 43. Back-to-back plays for Thompson. Picks up the first down and seeking out contact on that run, but Quentin Gray, the corner, wanted no part. Picks up the first down, though, and Deer Park starting to find their rhythm a little bit. Thompson going to stay in. So both running backs, Gregory and Thompson, going to be in the backfield with McAdams here on 1st and 10. McBride, the tight end, lined up as an H-back in the backfield. And a little bit of miscommunication as Gregory actually runs into Thompson. And Deer Park going to lose yardage here.
Yeah, somebody didn't get the right message on that play. Both guys going to the same spot. Made the collision there, and that play was not going anywhere from the start.
Loss of a couple back to the 46. 3 wide out bunch tight to the line. And then Deer Park, I think, again, was looking for the flag, but no penalty thrown.
Yeah, you got to go ahead. You got to play through that, even though you know he jumped. Official didn't see it, didn't throw the flag. Our lineman was saying, hey, he's offsides, but makes no difference if that yellow flag's not laying on the ground.
Yeah, the coaching staff along the sideline for Deer Park wanting that penalty thrown, but nothing doing. 3rd down and 12. Deer Park going to try and convert another 3rd down and long to keep this drive alive. 4 wide out set. McAdams fires, looking for the post route, and almost intercepted and should have been. Khalil Ward I think he was thinking about the return before he secured that one.
Yes, he was, because he saw that coming to him because there was nobody else around him.
Brings up 4th down and long.
I think Adams fortunate on that throw.
Very, very fortunate.
Sanchez. And back deep for the Wildcats. Number 3, Kahil Ward.
Camille Ward going to get a chance to redeem himself a little bit as he goes back deep to receive this punt. And this one not going to get there as it hits the wind and takes a little bit of a Wildcat roll. And going to be down by Deer Park at about the 27-yard line.
Touchdown by number 20, Sean Williams. First down and
Well, had the good catch there on that series by Phillips, but other than that, that was about the extent of it. Nothing able to materialize. Deer Park looked like for a moment they might get into a little bit of a rhythm, but didn't happen, forcing us to punt. And so let's see what they can do, what we can do on defense.
And the Wildcats take over for the first time. Just 250 yards of offense last week in that win over Kingwood, but 0 turnovers, and they were effective as they go on the ground. Dre
The
Ketchum.
ball's loose.
Ball's loose. Going to be scooped up by Deer Park on the run. Sanders picks up the loose ball and finds the end zone.
Defense says, hang on, offense. We'll take care of this for you. We got you back. And Landon Sanders able to scoop it up, get the scoop and score.
The former cornerback converted to linebacker with his first career defensive touchdown, picks up the loose ball, and the Deer Park defense gets the Deer on the board.
Well, the way that ball shot out of there, I don't know if a helmet got on it or if somebody was able to actually punch it out or what, but it wasn't like he dropped it and went down. It shot out of there, and so somebody got a good hit on the ball. Extra point attempt is going to be good.
the point after touchdown is good.
Well, that's one way to find the end zone.
With 9:26 left.
Sanders on the scoop and score. Deer Park leading 7-0 here.
0.
You get another angle on it. And Sanders
he ripped it out.
with the forced fumble and the fumble recovery.
Yeah.
What a play.
Good job by Mr. Sanders right there.
He was unanimous first-team All-District selection as a corner last year. Now playing in that linebacker spot. More plays like that, he might be unanimous first-team at the linebacker position here by the end of the year.
That works for me.
Back deep for the Wildcats. Number 26, Dre Ketchum.
Yeah, as well as this, I knew something happened. You just couldn't tell what, but that replay showed it. He was able to get his hand in there, get a hold of it, and just strip it out. And then there was really nobody else to stop him after he got it picked up.
Donovan Kaufman had a chance, but just unable to bring him down. Sanders, he was wanting that touchdown. Would not be denied. This kickoff going to sail out of bounds,
Kick goes
nearly
out
into the
of bounds.
cheerleaders. This one going to be marked off after the penalty.
So defense gets the opportunity to get right back out there.
Yeah, it's a Clear Creek offense that didn't have a turnover all game last week versus Kingwood, and here they turn it over
Illegal
on
kick
their
out of
opening
bounds.
play.
Penalty accepted. They're doing a re-kick. 5-yard penalty.
He's getting a little feedback in his microphone, isn't he?
Yeah, it's certainly working. That might also be some wind blowing into it. So following the penalty, Deer Park going to be forced to re-kick.
After the penalty, Deer Park will re-kick.
So kicker Hurtado teeing the ball up at the 35. Khalil Ward and Trey Ketchum have just had that Ball stripped out of his hands. The one's back deep. And it will be Ward coming up on it at his own 22. Hesitates a moment, picks up a great block from Ketchum, but short return as Ward takes it up to the 30.
Ward on the return for the Wildcats. He's tackled by number 22, Andre Jackson.
Yeah, Ketchum laid a huge block. I didn't see who exactly was on, but that was a big block. Legal block, but it was a big hit right there.
First down and
I thought it was going to be enough to spring him, but it wasn't. There's lots of good coverage.
The Deer Park defense right back out there. I think it might have been Batista. Here you see there on your screen. The one
Was it Batista that got it?
the recipient of that block. He might be looking for some vengeance here on this possession. First down and 10. Bryson Drake, the quarterback. Fake the give. Keeper by Drake. One-on-one is Adam White there to meet him right at the line of scrimmage.
Stop made by Adam White on the Deer. Brings up second down and 10.
What a job this unit had last week in that win over LaPorte.
Yeah, I tell you what, that just anchored by that defensive front that Deer Park has, that senior leadership coming in there. All those returning lettermen there sure helps.
Drake takes the snap, design quarterback keeper along the right side. Another short gain, but gets ahead about the 33-yard line or so.
And again, with that defensive front of Deer Park's going to force teams to try to get on that outside edge and get around the edge of it. It's going to be really hard to come right up the middle on these guys.
And we saw so many times last week Luke Webb commanding 3 blockers along the offensive line, and that just frees up your linebackers to fly all over the field, and that's exactly what happened. Bulldogs had a lot of trouble against this defensive front, like you mentioned. Third down and 7 for Creek. Sends man in motion. And now Drake looking left, feels pressure, now rolls right, going to air deep, has a man behind the defense, but just overthrew him as he was looking for Samuel Serial deep downfield, incomplete.
Yeah, I think Serial gave up on that just a little bit. I think if he'd have kept running, he kind of pulled up on, slowed down in his stride there a little bit. And I mean, the ball was definitely overthrown, but I think if he'd just kept running, he probably could have got underneath it. But didn't happen, incomplete, and Creek's going to punt.
So Carlton also doing the punting duties here. Line drive kick, takes a hop at the 30. Hayden Smith going to let this one roll by him. And it was initially touched by Creek up ahead at the 21, and that is where Deer Park will take over for their second possession tonight.
For the Wildcats. Deer Park will operate first down and 10 from their own 21-yard line. Tonight's first downs are brought to you by Shell Federal Credit Union. Shell FCU's established a loyal and steadfast commitment to the Deer Park community. Experience banking, but better at Shell FCU, proud sponsor of Deer Park Athletics.
So we saw McAdams on the opening drive. Kieselhorst will now take over for drive number 2. Thompson in the backfield with him. They're going to motion in Trey Martinez, and it'll be a keeper by Kieselhorst, who tries to find a little bit of running room, takes it up ahead just shy of the 25-yard line.
Got a few yards there.
Wilson. Pick up a 4 on the play, brings up second down and 6.
It's a 4-yard pickup. Stretch play for Thompson. Tries to find a hole, lowers his shoulder. Able just to kind of somersault ahead for a short gain.
Goes to number 8, Terry Thompson. Stop by number 23, Luke Crowder. No gain on the play.
Deer Park already
third down and 4.
looking at third down and 4 to go. 4 wide out set for Kieselhorst here. Gregory checked in, standing to Kieselhorst's right at running back. Kieselhorst looks left. Simple little curl route. Phillips has room, has the catch, and has the first down.
Hey, just great execution right there. Like you said, little curl route. Get the yardage that you need, make the catch, pick up the first down. Don't try to get any. No need to try to get a whole lot of extra. Just make the catch. And that's what we did.
Phillips with his second catch tonight. Both of them going for first downs. All spotted at the 36 now as McBride in motion. Fake the give. Kieselhorst loads up, looking to air it deep under pressure, and he's going to be slung down and sacked.
Ooh, I wish he could have looked downfield. He had McBride right in the center of the field in full stride. He just couldn't look down because he was getting pressure. He needed just a second more. If he'd have seen him, it would have been on at that point.
Loss of 11 on the play brings up second down and 21.
Instead, Keyshawn Jones getting to him for the sack, and a loss of 11 puts the ball all the way back at the 25 for second down. Option look. Kieselhorst now pitches. Good run by Hayden Smith up ahead to about 33.
I got some of that yardage back.
Run out of bounds by the cornerback. Gray runs him out, and another third down and long facing Deer Park here. Deer Park trying to keep the drive going. Looking right, and now just a screenplay for Thompson. Spinning by the first tackler, but cut down after a short catch and run.
Just couldn't get those blocks set up out there with the screenplay. They were trying to get out there, but never developed out there on that outside corner, and we're going to be forced to punt this one.
So the sack really killing that drive. Deer Park unable to recover and forced to punt it away. Second time tonight. This is a low line drive kick. Takes the Deer Park roll inside the 30. Ward not going to get anywhere near it. A little extracurricular between Ward and one of the Deer Park special team players. So first down and 10.
I heard we had a little of that extracurricular going on last week.
You know how it goes in the border battle.
It's going to be a little extracurricular.
There was nobody ejected, so that's
an improvement.
That's an improvement from a year ago. 4:50 left here in the first quarter. Deer Park hosting Clear Creek. The lone touchdown coming on the defensive side of things. Deer Park with a scoop and score by Landon Sanders. First down and 10 for Creek. Play action, rolls, has a man open again. Serial behind the defense, caught on the 40 and pull it away. All the way for the touchdown, 70 yards, but a flag thrown back at the Wildcat 45-yard line.
Oh, it may be coming back. Let's see.
Once again, Serial getting behind the defense.
Holding. Defense. That penalty is declined.
And it's not going to matter.
Touchdown.
70 yards on one play for Creek.
Touchdown reception for the Wildcats.
Well, he got behind the defense. I don't know how he got back there and got so wide open. Here comes the replay.
Just enough of a little fake. Serial caught it at the 40 and then let the speed do the rest. Carlton on for the extra point, going to try and block it, or try and nail it. Batista wanting to block it. Got a little bit of a jump.
Offside defense. Number 9, has it to the goal.
Okay,
Replay. Try.
The lug nuts on the wagon were a little loose right now. Tighten this stuff up a little bit. We got letting them get behind us and jumping off sides. Nothing to worry about. Just got to clean it up a little.
Not the crisp start that you were looking for.
That's right.
Don't they know that it's your first game
I'm telling
of the
you.
year, that they should be on their best behavior? Have all those things locked up?
I gave y'all a week to work on this.
Carlton knocks it through easily, and we're tied.
Carlton is good. Our new score with 4:40.
7-7 with
Deer Park 7.
4:40 left to go in the first quarter.
That scoring drive didn't take long, did it?
Sure didn't. Keeping track of the drive summary on that one.
It took about 10 seconds. I can do that math.
Another great crowd on hand here. The home side.
Yeah,
Packed on a senior night.
This is a great crowd. I mean, this is awesome.
Their caring staff and board certified physicians.
We mentioned 16 times these two teams have played since 2004, and it's been even.
Community First ER.
9-7 in favor of Deer Park, but the Deer have won 4 of the last 5, including the last 2. Last win for the Wildcats against Deer Park came back in 2020.
I remember that. That's over at their house, too, wasn't it?
Oh, that might be right.
I think I remember that. Don't ask me why I remember that, but I just think I remember that. I don't remember a lot, you know that.
Probably how toasty it was in that press box over there. That's what I remember about it.
That could definitely be.
Game details are foggy, but I can remember that.
We have sat in some press boxes, haven't we?
That AC unit is working hard in that press box over there. It's still not enough.
Number 1, Aiden Smith, and number 2, Trey.
We just get spoiled over here.
Yes, we do. Eat well. You know me and the food. I'm always about the food. I mean, say that spread we had tonight.
Oh,
goodness
yeah.
gracious.
I know. I was hoping we'd push back kickoff a little bit so we could finish it. Carlton with another strong kick, and Aiden Smith catches it about 5 yards deep in his own end zone before taking a knee on it.
Kick goes into the end zone. Fair catch taken by Aiden Smith. First down and 10, Deer Park.
All right, offense, let's get a little something clicking here.
Yeah, the offense a little bit slow to find their rhythm. They've shown flashes of it, but unable to sustain a drive so far. Both quarterbacks have gotten a crack at it here in the first quarter. McAdams back out for his second drive. 2 tight ends shift over to the left side. Hand it off to Gregory. He's going to go that way. Picking up some good blocks, getting up ahead to the second level. And a good 5-yard gain on first down.
Khalil Ward, I tell you what, that's a big hit.
Pick up a 5 on the play, brings up second down and 5.
Flying in from that safety spot. Deer Park able to stay on schedule there on first down. They go right back on the ground. This one not going much of anywhere as Gregory met right at the line by the middle linebacker Dylan Russo.
Goes to Gregory.
Stops that one dead in its tracks.
No gain by number 81, Wyatt Smith.
I tell you what, right now, credit to Creek for getting some penetration on that line. I mean, they're getting back there in the backfield pretty quick.
Just like that, Deer Park going to have to try and convert another third down to avoid a 3-and-out. McAdams looking. Another little hitch route hauled in by Hayden Smith.
Ooh, we're going to get the first. Yeah, there we are.
Good route run and a good throw by McAdams to put it on target. That ball was right in Hayden Smith's chest right as he made that turn. And another third down conversion for Deer Park.
Yeah, that was just good execution right there. Everybody doing exactly what they were supposed to do. Smith knew exactly where he needed to make the break, and good pass by McAdams.
New set of downs. Hand it off Thompson. He's met in the backfield, but still able to fall forward for a couple. As Russo and Wyatt Smith, 2 of the 3 linebackers, able to bring down Thompson after a short gain.
Yeah, right now Russo is really playing a good game for Creek. He is causing a lot of havoc in the backfield for Deer Park and just not allowing us to get our running game established.
Second down and 8 as we're inside of 3 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Thompson steps at the line of scrimmage and fighting through contact and falling up ahead. Does a good job to pick up 5 there on second down.
Yeah, that was a good run. Yeah, right as he gets ready to make contact, boy, he'll lower that head and make a and that shoulder make a hard hit and picks up an extra 1 or 2.
Deere quickly to the line with a quick little pitch for Thompson.
Pitch goes to Terry Thompson.
Speed with Deer Park getting to the line. Doesn't fool the Wildcats, and they blow that play up.
Loss on the play brings up 4th down.
Thompson dropped for a loss, and the punting unit once again back out for Deer Park.
Yeah, number 58, Kashawn Jones, there for the Wildcats.
Blowing up another play. He had that sack on the last drive. That killed the Deer Park drive. Stops Thompson there on 3rd down. Good strong punt going into the wind, but takes a good Deer Park roll. Actually going to hit a Deer Park player, and so that's going to be down right at the 20-yard line.
Ball is down by number 25, Joshua Martinez.
Josh Martinez, the senior defensive back, downs the ball at the 20.
First down at 10, Wildcats from their own 20-yard line.
Well, Creek right back out after scoring on that one-play drive just a few moments ago. Going to see if that builds some momentum for the Wildcats. Bryson Drake takes the snap. Option look, keeper by Drake. Gets to the outside and going to be run out of bounds. Andre Jackson, the junior cornerback. But a good run by Drake.
Yeah, good one. I tell you what, he fooled me with it. I was following the ball going the other direction. It was Drake that had it.
Pick up a 4.
Sliding right around here and picking up that 4 yards.
Drake, a dual threat quarterback, carried it 12 times last week in the win over Kingwood, 58 yards and a touchdown on the ground. Second year as a full-time starter, 2nd down and 6. Deer Park shows blitz, and they come with it. Drake takes a big hit, even though he didn't even have the ball. Adam White coming in off the edge.
Handoff goes to number 26.
But Drake Ketchum picks up a good chunk to make it a manageable 3rd down.
That's what happens when you're real good at the fake. Hey, I didn't know that he didn't have it. Looked like he had it to me.
Good run there by Ketchum. So 3rd down and 2 as we hit the minute mark to go here in the first quarter.
See if Deer Park can make something happen here on this 3rd down. See if we can hold them. We definitely don't want them to pick the 1st down.
3rd down and 2. Another designed run for Drake. Follows his blocks, picks up the 1st down, and moves the chains. Luke Webb tracks him down from behind.
Well, and you said it. That's that dual threat right there. Just using his legs, following his blockers, and picking up the 1st down. Doing what he needed to do.
So a new set of downs for the Wildcats, 1st and 10 from their own 36-yard line. Donovan Kaufman in the backfield with Drake. 4 wide out look. Once again, Deer Park coming with pressure. They pick it up and they go deep downfield again, looking for Serial. Ethan Chavez in coverage.
Yeah,
2nd and 10.
That was good coverage by Chavez. Was what I was about to say. He just stayed with that receiver. Didn't give him an opportunity to get to the football.
Boy, Kaufman, the running back, did a great job
Didn't he?
picking up the blitz.
He did.
Coming across the face of his quarterback to pick up, I believe it was Sanders coming off the edge, flying in. 2nd down and 10. Drake rolls, looking for somewhere to go, and just going to get rid of this one. Pressure applied there from the defensive line for Deer Park. Braylon Okanola right in the face of Drake, forcing that one to get thrown out of bounds.
Brings up 3rd down and 10.
So Wildcats looking at a 3rd down and 10. Play clock inside of 10 seconds. And the Wildcats just now breaking the huddle.
Yeah, they better hurry.
3 on the play clock. And a little bit of
They didn't get it.
Flags on the play.
That'll cost the Wildcats 5. It looked like some of the offense knew that the play clock was winding down. Others didn't.
False start, 74 offense. 5-yard penalty. Replay, third down.
To that point, some knew that it was running down and some didn't.
That offensive line, we're thinking, we got to go.
Hurry up.
It's not everybody got the memo. 3rd down and 15. Drake takes the snap and takes a deep drop before rolling to his right. Luke Webb is there to meet him, and he drops him for the sack. Good, strong way for the defense to end the first quarter. Luke Webb getting to the quarterback. And after the first 12 minutes, Deer Park and Clear Creek tied at 7. Back with the second quarter here from Abshire Stadium.
Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for a group of true Deer Park ISD stars. Tonight, we are recognizing our campus and district teachers of the year. Please hold your applause until we've introduced them all. But at the end, by all means, let them know how much we appreciate them. Our campus teachers of the year. From Dabbs Elementary, Courtney Tunstall. From Deepwater Elementary, Sandy Salazar. From Deer Park Elementary, Amber Blair. The Early Childhood Center, Ashley Duran. Fairmont Elementary, Tiffany Lester. From Parkwood Elementary, Kayla Swain. From San Jacinto Elementary, Haley Harrell. From Bonnet Junior High, Mickey Carter. From Deepwater Junior High, Kim Bullard. From Deer Park Junior High, Marissa Hodges. From Fairmont Junior High, Kelly Cooper. From Deer Park High School North Campus, Brandis Willis. And from Walters Campus, Rhonda Sorone. And our district teachers of the year. The Deer Park ISD Elementary Teacher of the Year from Carpenter Elementary, Savannah Gibson. And Secondary Teacher of the Year from Deer Park High School South Campus, Mike Burgess. Congratulations and thank you to all of our teachers of the year. Let's give them a big round of applause.
All the district teachers of the year.
Yeah, good recognition there. Great group of folks.
Getting honored here in between the first and second quarter.
I tell you, that's one thing that Deer Park does well is they recognize their staff and faculty for jobs well done, and multiple times throughout the years, there are different events throughout the year, and they've always done a real good job of doing that. So another example of that right now.
Getting ready to start the second quarter. Clear Creek at Deer Park tied at 7 after the first 12 minutes. Wildcats going to open up the second quarter by sending their punting unit on. Carlton going to be punting into the wind. Aiden Smith waiting on it. And he's going to let this one take a bounce. Takes a sideways roll. Wildcats going to down it. Deer Park going to have good starting field position. Give credit to their defense there. Not only forcing 3 and out, but also the big loss on the play by the Wildcats after the Luke Webb sack. Really kind of helped flip the field. See if the Deer offense can take advantage.
Yeah, and that was it right there. You said it was the Webb sack that just kind of set all of this up, and now then you're giving your team, putting your team in a real good position. Deer Park's going to have their wind to the back, their back to the wind. I'll get it right in a minute. I'm the one that needs to work out the cobwebs.
So Deer Park going to start this drive at their own 47-yard line. Kieselhorst in at quarterback. Fakes the give. He takes a deep drop. Going to go deep downfield, a little bit underthrown. Jump ball, double coverage. Hayden Smith having to play defender on that one as Ward
Knocked away
and
by
Gray
number 3, Gil Ward.
are locking in on that football.
No gain on the
Tell
play.
you what, though, Mason,
Second down and
just to
10.
watch him set, he didn't look like he put a lot of effort behind that. I mean, it came up a little short, but gracious, I'd hate to see it if he cranks up and really tries hard.
Second down and 10 following that incompletion as they were looking for the big play to Hayden Smith. Martinez in motion. They fake the give to him. Once again, going to drop it in. McBride with a first down reception. Upended inside the 35-yard line before Khalil Ward finally brought him down.
By number 3, Gil Ward.
Good job there by Clayton.
But a big pickup on the play and a Deer
Right.
Park first down.
Got the scoring started for Deer Park last week in that border battle. Had himself a touchdown reception.
I'm not going to call him by the family name until he scores a touchdown. Then I'll talk to him.
Again, if you would have been here last week.
I know.
First down and 10. Ball at the 33, empty backfield look. Kieselhorst up the seam for McBride, and once again, back-to-back big plays to the tight end, and Deer Park in the red zone.
All right, Bubby, I see you now. I'm going to go ahead and give it to him. That's 2 back-to-back. I'll go ahead and see if we can get 3 in this thing if you want to.
Deer Park first down.
And there's nobody accounting for McBride right at the seam. And on first down and 10 at the 14, Millette checks in from that Wildcat look. He had a touchdown run himself last week in that win over LaPorte. Empty backfield, motion in Gregory. Going to be a keeper by Millette along the left side. He takes a few white jerseys with him down to about the 11. A tough 3-yard run by the linebacker / Wildcat quarterback.
We've seen that play a few times in,
yeah.
in the career, haven't we?
Had 10 touchdowns on the ground
Brings up second
last
down
year.
and 8.
And I just continue to say it every time, you know what's going to happen when he's there, but they just keep giving it up.
Hey, he did have a touchdown throw as well, so you never know. Second down and 7. Option look. A lot of room along the right side. Kieselhorst is going to take it himself. And brought down just shy of the first down marker.
Kieselhorst on the quarterback.
There was a lot of real estate along that right side.
Tackled by
Yeah, I think he could have. He decided to keep it. He still picked up good yardage, but the thing is, he had a little. If he'd have gone ahead and gone with the pitch, maybe could have got a couple extra, maybe even a first down. But decided to keep it. That's all right.
He got north and south in a hurry.
That's right.
Third down and 2. Deer Park trying to convert. And the offense trying to find the end zone for the first time tonight. Heavy backfield look. You have Millette and Luke Webb in there on the offensive side of things. Going to follow a block. Gregory able to pick up the first down.
Goes to number 4, Isaiah Gregory.
So Luke Webb getting to show off some blocking skills as well.
But the pickup is enough for a Deer Park first down and goal to go.
Tell you, Wyatt Smith for Clear Creek was very close to making the stop on that. He grabs him right on the collar, the back of the jersey, and pulls just as he got that first down marker, but unable to bring him down. And so good for Deer Park, able to pick up the first down.
And Millette and Luke Webb going to stay in here on first and goal. Once again, right side for Gregory.
There we go.
And he's got the end zone. Deer Park back on top.
Oh, and now we got flags going everywhere.
Isaiah Gregory on the touchdown run for Deer Park. Flags on the play.
Officials going to talk it over a little bit, ask each other what they want for lunch tomorrow or dinner tonight or whenever they're going to go eat. You know, it's all about the food.
Yeah, PAT unit out there for Deer Park, so they're not expecting this to be called back.
The result of the play is a touchdown. However, we have 2 dead ball enforcement penalties. 78 Deer Park and 58 Clear Creek. Those penalties were assessed. They canceled. Touchdown's good.
Well,
So Gregory, his touchdown stands. Deer Park once again back on top, 13-7. Looking to make it a 7-point advantage coming up here with the extra point.
Number 15, Keaton Erdman on the hold as kicker Francisco Sanchez attempts the extra point.
Good hold by Erdman. Sanchez boots it through, and Deer Park back on top by 7. They take advantage of the short field, and they go 53 yards, capped off by the Gregory touchdown run.
Yeah, that was a nice drive right there for 53 yards. I mean, had a couple of good catches there by McBride on that, then had a good run. Kieselhorst making the decision right there to hold on to the ball, and on the option play, he made that decision himself. Still worked out just fine for Deer Park, and hey, got the lead, 14-7.
And the star of that drive, you mentioned McBride with back-to-back big catches, helped set things up, and the running attack. Gregory punching it in. It is September.
It is, brother.
It doesn't feel like it.
No.
The calendar might say September, but it feels like July.
July.
On the sun.
On the sun, that's right.
Kicking off from Deer Park, number 17, Xavier Hurtado.
Oh, Jared, always picking out the right music, isn't he?
Yeah, he knows that there's a short window that you can play that one. So he had to get it in. Hurtado with the ball teed up. Ketchum and Ward both back deep for the Wildcats. It'll be a high short kick, fielded about the 24-yard line. Number 7, Javian Taylor, who had a touchdown reception last week in the win over Kingwood. On the return right there. Takes it up ahead to about the 34-yard line. The story in this one so far is both offenses have had their struggles finding their rhythm early on.
Yep.
Creek did have the one-play touchdown drive, but outside of that, they've struggled. We've seen Deer Park have their struggles as well. As Bryson Drake keeps it on the quarterback option, cut down by the linebacker Millette.
He's tackled by Reed Millette.
Well, and I think the thing is, coming into the game, it really was kind of the story of the defenses, kind of the ones that had kind of set the tone for their 2 previous ball games.
Yep.
So you're seeing that carry over, I think, right now here in this game tonight so far.
Creek breaks the huddle. 2nd down and 8. Drake takes the snap once again. Design quarterback run along the left side. Tries to get to that second level, but Captain Bautista cutting that one down after a short gain.
Well, I tell you, at number 21, Landon Sanders, he was doing everything he could do to creep in from this side and get back there quickly. He had that snap count down. Play went the other direction, but boy, he had a little pursuit going on. There was no doubt.
Deer Park trying to hold Clear Creek here on 3rd down and 7. Drake, quick drop, pass. Looked like it might have been deflected at the line as it flutters incomplete.
Pass is incomplete. Brings up 4th down and
Yeah, I think
7.
Okinola got a hold of that a little bit. I think he just tipped it as the ball left Drake's hand.
And a good drive by this Deer Park defense. 3 plays and out. And Clear Creek going to give the ball right back to Deer Park. Colquitt standing at his own, Carlton rather, standing at his own 24-yard line. Gets this punt away, but pressure applied by the Deer Park defense. Takes a hop and going to be down by the Wildcats inside of the 30. And looks like some more pushing and shoving happening out in the middle of the field.
1st down and 10, Deer Park.
All that stuff's good for is 15-yard penalty somewhere.
That's true. I mean, officials will only give you a warning so many times before they start throwing it.
Mm-hmm.
See if this offense can build on their last touchdown drive. They're going to start this one at their own 37 with a 14-7 advantage. McAdams once again heads back out. Thompson now shifts. Hand it to him. Follows some blocks along the left side, trying to turn it upfield. Tracked down from behind. It looked like Wyatt Smith, the linebacker, making the initial contact, did enough to slow down Thompson and allow that Wildcat defense to get him, but Thompson able to pick up a few on first down. Four wide out look here on 2nd down and 7. McAdams fakes the give to Thompson, takes a deep drop, backpedaling, finds King Phillips along the sideline, gets a foot down, and another first down reception for King Phillips moves the chains as he hauls it in up ahead at the 40.
Well, I tell you what, Phillips has got a set of hands. Now the ball is his hands are really, really good. Ball's out away from him, and he's having to make a stop and break, but reaches out and makes the good catch with it using his hands like a good receiver should do, and he's impressive so far.
I think every catch has gone for a first down so far for King Phillips. First down and 10. They go right back to him quickly. 5 yards, breaks the tackle, and this one's going to go for a first down as well.
Good call.
I didn't think it was going to at first, but proved me wrong. Broke through that tackle and takes it into Wildcat territory.
But the pickup's enough for another Deer Park.
And I tell you something about him as well is you better get him down quick because he is plenty fast.
Just so hard to cover. Like you said, the speed. We've seen him last year just make so many incredible leaping grabs.
Yep.
A large catch radius, you would say, for King Phillips. First down and 10. Gregory stays in to block. McAdams buying some time. Throws down, looking for Hayden Smith, but nearly found Gray, who had a beat on it. Goes incomplete, though, to bring up 2nd down.
And that was... We were fortunate there that one didn't get intercepted.
Brings up 2nd down and 10.
McAdams, he's been fortunate a couple of times
Yes,
tonight.
he has.
Ball at the Wildcat 46, 2nd down and 10. Once again, play action, looking for a deep ball. Goes right back to King Phillips, skies for it, and makes another first down grab.
Number 7, King
This
Phillips.
one down to the Wildcat 32.
I tell you what, he is having a night so far in this first half.
He's knocked out of bounds by Javian Taylor. But the gain's enough for another Deer Park first down.
Coaches see a mismatch, and they're going after it as he was matched up against Javian Taylor there. Ball down to the Wildcat 33, inside of 7 minutes to go in this first half. Little RPO look. Martinez open out of the backfield.
Nice.
Pass from McAdams.
McAdams gets the completion. Martinez hauls it in just shy. Let's see where they're going to spot this one. Looks like right around the 20-yard line. Be enough for another Deer Park first down. Now this offense feels like they're starting to click.
Yeah, it's just, as you say, it's starting to click, got a little rhythm going. Everything's just starting to work thanks to the reception of Phillips on this drive so far.
They're going to empty the backfield here on first down and 10. McAdams looking, scanning, fires, looking for Hayden Smith along the sideline, but Gray in coverage there to break it up.
Yeah, good job, good coverage by Gray right there, just getting his hand in there, knocking the ball down.
Second down and 10 for the Deer.
Coming right at you on the replay here. Got his in there right at the last second.
Well timed by the senior defensive back. Second down and 10. They go on the ground for, I believe, Thompson there on the carry. Short pickup of 2.
Thompson up the middle for the Deer. Luke Crowder makes a stop for the Wildcats.
Powers his way down to the 18. Get a little bit of a breather as Gregory, who had the touchdown run on the last drive, comes back in here on 3rd down and 8. Phillips and Martinez in the slot. down below your screen, but they motion in Hayden Smith. Hand it to him on the jet sweep. Picks
There
up
it
great
is.
blocks. Hayden Smith inside the 10 and taking it down inside the 5. First and goal for Deer Park.
At Hayden Smith's speed
Tackle by number 20, Quentin Gray.
on display right there. As you call the little jet sweep, and man, once he gets on that outside corner and gets around that corner, man, he can go.
First down and goal to go for Deer Park.
Sets up a first and goal at the 2. Great blocks downfield. There you see King Phillips putting Gray on the ground, but Gray able to just outstretch a hand and bring down Hayden Smith. Back on the ground. Thompson along the left side. He punishes
Is
the
he in
defender.
there? Yeah.
And he's in.
Touchdown, Deer
What a
Park.
run by the senior captain.
He rolled over once they made the tackle. Again, with the power that he runs with, he just got the guy to roll him over, and he rolled him over right into the end zone and broke that plane, and Deer Park gets the touchdown.
He ran right through the linebacker Wyatt Smith, and Deer Park extends their lead now up ahead to 2 touchdowns. Erdman gets the ball down. Sanchez kicks it through. And Deer Park extends it to 21-7 on the touchdown run here by Thompson.
With 5:29 left in the
Just
second
punishes.
Deer Park 21 and clear
He
three.
put a whooping on Mr. Wyatt Smith right there. Ooh, me.
Dished out some punishment and found the end zone.
If you are in need of a
Well, a good mix of folks getting in on that drive. You had Phillips with some good catches in there, and then you had Hayden Smith with the jet sweep run, and then the punishing run there by Thompson to cap it all off and get Deer Park in some breathing room here with a 21-7 lead at 5:29 to go before the half.
Thompson with the second touchdown run of the season.
support the Deer Park High School Choir.
Pasadena Memorial picking up a win, 71-6. Mavericks over Fort Bend Kempner.
Wow.
South Houston with a win over Baytown Sterling, 34-14. Another high short kick. Taylor once again going to field it about the 22. Hesitates a moment, tries to pick up the sideline. Takes it out of bounds a little bit out past the 30.
I think we're going to get a late hit out of bounds.
Yeah, contact made not only in that Clear Creek sideline, but also brought him down well after Taylor had gone out of bounds. Dobie taking on Grand Oaks. Longhorns with a 14-3 lead.
Personal foul, face mask, kicking team. 15-yard penalty, first down.
All these district opponents getting some wins in there and getting some leads, so
Yeah. They're going to mark off 15 following the personal foul penalty.
yes, you had them on the 32, and now you give it to them on the 47.
From their own 47-yard line.
And don't forget, Creek won the toss, elected to defer, but this ball and this play going backwards, and that's what happens a lot when Luke Webb is in on the play.
Number
It
98,
does.
Luke Webb makes the tackle in the backfield on number 5, Donovan Kaufman.
Kaufman had nowhere to go.
Loss on the play brings up second down at 16.
Kaufman, nowhere to go. Luke Webb was in the backfield so fast. Looked like he could have taken that handoff. Second and 15. Drake buying time, rolling left. Flag thrown. Drake could have taken himself, picks up the penalty yardage or the lost yardage back, and takes it up ahead to about midfield. But this one likely coming back following the penalty.
Yeah, it looks like in that whole area of holding, so let's see if that's the call.
Holding, offense number 59. 10-yard penalty. We play second down.
Well, we all know what we want to watch right
Yeah,
now.
the defense have their eyes on the screen, sounds like. So following the penalty, second down at 25, and if Deer Park can shut the door on this drive with all 3 timeouts, they could have some good chunk of time to work with if they get the ball back. Second down, Drake looking right. Instead, delayed run and going nowhere. This defense now starting to fly around. Cameron Colquitt.
Yeah, it's, you can kind of again feel this defense, like you say, getting in a little bit of a rhythm themselves, making some big plays, not giving them the opportunity to do anything, and Creek just going backwards right now. 3rd and 30.
For the Wildcats.
Ball at their own 27-yard line. They have to get to the Deer Park 44 to pick up a first down. Drake taking the snap. Loads up, pocket collapsing, escapes. Still looking downfield. Takes it up ahead to the 30, and Sanders wisely eases up as Drake goes out of bounds.
And you got to remember, they're down all the way to the 27 now. We've got a little bit of that back. Going to put them about the 31, but after the penalty, this thing started out on their own 47. So, I mean, they were in pretty decent field position to start this drive. And this defense for Deer Park just doing an outstanding job pushing these guys back. Going to force them to punt here and punting into this wind.
And Drake actually doing Deer Park a favor there by going out of bounds. That stops the clock with 3:48 left. Allows Deer Park to hang on to one more timeout. Carlton drills it. Hayden Smith once again getting away from it. Now I'm going to field it on a hop. And they're going to blow it dead. He must have signaled for the fair catch, but took it on a hop. So Deer Park going to start this one at their own 30 after a couple of impressive drives back to back.
Deer Park will operate first out at 10 from their own 30-yard line.
Of course, the big marquee matchup in the Houston area tonight. Number 2, Katy taking on number 10, Atascocita.
That'd be a good football game to watch. Man, that'll be a good game.
Tigers with a 7-0 advantage early in the second quarter there. So back here at Abshire, Deer Park with a 21-7 lead and looking to build on it. Kieselhorst takes a deep drop on first down. Airing it, looking for King Phillips, who beats the coverage and takes it inside the 30. King Phillips stays on his feet for the touchdown. One play, 70 yards, and Deer Park back in the end zone.
I tell you, that's the thing. You cannot let him get behind you, because if you do, that's what's going to happen. Great job of catching him in stride. He had to slow down just a little bit. We'll get a replay coming back, I'm sure, on this one in just a second.
Kieselhorst, though, just dropping it into King Phillips' hands.
Like dropping money in a slot machine, just ching.
Count it. Well, we talked about Deer Park having those 3 timeouts in their pocket. You don't need them if you can score in one play.
That's right.
28-7 now. Sanchez adds the extra point.
Our new score with 3:29.
Here it comes. Great job by the line blocking. And look at that, he just lays it right in there. And then it's a foot race, and that's one that I'm going to go with number 7 every time.
And you saw it right as that play started. Phillips tracking all the way across the field. Able to beat the coverage of Luke Crowder. And then Gray had a chance along the sideline, but unable to bring him down. And 70 yards later, King Phillips in the end zone for the second time this year.
Deer Park in the first quarter, they had four possessions, punted the ball all 4 times. In the second quarter, have had the ball 3 possessions and have scored all 3 times.
It's 28-7.
Boy, and what a job there. All of that really and truly set up by the defense, doing such a good job in that series right to get Deer Park offense the ball. And so
Hurtado on the kickoff for the Deer.
good field position after the punt.
high short kick fielded by Creek. A little bit of a stumble there, and now a crease is found, and look out. Number 0, Elijah Crutch, was breaking loose, but they're going to rule him down all the way back at the 24.
Oh, did they say did his knee touch the ground or something?
I think it must have.
Must have.
Boy, that would have gotten Creek right back into things.
Yes, it would have.
First down at 10, Clear Creek from their own 24-yard line.
Tough break if you're a Clear Creek fan, and if you're a Deer Park fan, that's one you just say, whoo.
Ooh, got that. Don't take that. Thank you.
So all the way back to their own 24-yard line. Here you see it, and it looked like that
right
left
there.
knee. So the Wildcat offense trying to find some sort of rhythm. They go on the ground to Kaufman, who follows some blocks along the left side, and a good tough run. He picks up a first down.
Goes to number 5, Donovan Kaufman.
Kaufman rushes ahead for 10.
Diego Bautista makes a stop for the Deer.
Creek with 2 timeouts to work with, but they are quickly to the line here. First down and 10. Once again, option look. Handoff goes to Kaufman along the left side, makes his cut, gets upfield, and going to be thrown forward up ahead for another first down as Kaufman. A couple of impressive back-to-back runs before being brought down by Luke Webb.
And I tell you what, with 2:55 to go in the half, Creek scores right here. And as you said earlier, they're going to get the ball back to start the third. Deer Park needs to be really careful right here.
Once again, quickly to the line. Drake, pass complete. Surreal takes a big hit, but takes it up ahead to midfield.
Number 6, Will Rogers.
Chavez for Deer Park brings him down.
Brings up second down and 5.
Ball at the 50 for second down and 5. Drake looks left, quickly thrown, and nearly picked off the fingertips of Sanders.
That was so close.
Sanders, back in the first quarter, had that forced fumble, recovery, and the touchdown. Nearly had himself an interception right there.
Yeah, he did. Well, the most important thing right now, because they got a little rhythm going, is to break that rhythm up a little and make them. Ooh, that was close.
He took one slight look at the wide receiver. I think if he would have been, ball's put on the ground in Deer Park.
Wow, that was a huge mistake by Creek. Both the running backs in the backfield they both ran into each other. Everybody met at the quarterback. Ball pops out. Deer Park able to fall on it. And that's a huge. Watch this replay right here. I mean, everybody meets at the quarterback. Boom. But that's not supposed to happen.
And Kaufman running right into Dre Ketchum. And Okanola for Deer Park able to jump on the loose ball. Second turnover by Clear Creek tonight. And boy, that is a big one, especially if Deer Park can find points here late in this first half. Start this drive at the Wildcat 47. McAdams loads up, goes along the sideline for King Phillips. Nearly hauled that one in on tight coverage. But it does fall incomplete.
I tell you what, if he'd have made that catch right there, I'd have give him MVP right now.
Yeah.
And he almost did it with that defender on his shoulders.
Carlton in coverage for Clear Creek right there. Second down and 10. And movement up front from the Wildcat defense, and they go right back to King Phillips even on a non-play.
Offsides, defense, number 8. 5-yard penalty. Replay, second down.
Junior linebacker Christian Hunter crossed the line and made contact. That's why they blew that one dead. But it helps Deer Park stay on schedule. Second down and 5 to go at the Wildcat 42. Thompson in the backfield. Going to motion in Trey Martinez. And that ball's put on the ground. Martinez able to locate it and jump back on it.
Recovered by number 2, Trey Martinez for Deer Park.
Loss of about 6 on the
Brings up 3rd down and 11.
mishandled handoff there.
Yeah, I don't know if McAdams tried to pull it out right at the very end. Just didn't get a good exchange on the handoff, and for whatever reason, the ball hit the turf.
3rd down and 11. Clock continues to run inside of a minute and a half to go. McAdams takes the snap, going to load up, fires, pass complete shortly to McBride, who breaks through the tackle.
Good job.
But good pursuit by the rest of this Wildcat defense. Luke Crowder, the defensive back, coming down and cleaning up the hit on McBride.
Brings up 4th
Yeah,
down.
right as he made the catch, he got hit really hard, but he's able to keep his balance and fight back and get that 2 yards that he lost back.
And the Deer Park offense staying on the field on 4th down and 6. McAdams trying for the hard count. 15 on the play clock, and so Deer Park could milk a good chunk of this, but McAdams loads up. He's going to look to throw. Fires along the sideline looking for Hayden Smith. Nothing there, and that goes incomplete and turns the ball over to Clear Creek with 35 seconds left. So for Drake and the Wildcats, they're going to have a chance to get some points here late in the half, still with 2 timeouts in their pocket.
Well, we saw them score really quickly in that on their only scoring drive. So don't let anybody get behind you.
Ball at the Wildcat 43 as they open up this drive. Coach Flynn and the defense take a look at the formation coming from Creek, and they elect to take their first time out of the half. And once again, we talked about it a little bit in the pregame that last week both quarterbacks played. Neither one really outshined the other. And even that trend has continued into the second game. Both quarterbacks have looked good.
Yeah, I mean, exactly. There's not a – you really do see, if you watch, you understand pretty quickly why Coach Flynn is staying with both these guys, because there's not one that's really outshining the other. And they're both being effective at times when they're in the ball game. So, you understand very quickly why Coach Flynn says, hey, we're just going to keep going with this 2-quarterback system right now. It's working. Maybe at some point in time, one will outshine the other just a little bit.
Put up 40 points last week in the win over LaPorte. They put up 28, I guess really 21 here in the first half. 1 defensive touchdown for Deer Park tonight. But still, they've looked good, especially here in the second quarter. Like you mentioned, they're starting to find their rhythm. Drake on the little drag route goes incomplete on the pass, looking for Drake Ketchum, who had some running room had he been able to hold that one in.
26, Drake Ketchum.
Yeah, I don't think Mr. Sanders would want you giving his touchdown away to the offense.
Certainly
over.
not. Certainly not. I'm a defensive guy myself.
Yeah,
I would never do that.
Those offensive guys get all the credit all the time. Don't give that to them.
He's like, come on, I had the forced fumble, the recovery, and the touchdown.
That's
Don't
right.
give it to them. Second down, quick throw, pass complete. Surreal takes it into Deer Park territory, rather, before being dragged down by Andre Jackson. Surreal loses his helmet, but no penalty on the play, but that'll be enough for a Wildcat first down, and the clock stops with 24 seconds left. And unfortunately for Creek, their big play threat, Surreal, who had the long touchdown reception, he's going to have to sit out at least one play after losing his helmet, and I think the coaches know that. They're going to take their second timeout.
Timeout, Clear Creek. They have 1 minute.
Yeah, 24.3 seconds to go on the clock.
And next week, Deer Park going to be on the road. I believe we make our seemingly annual trip to Beaumont, I believe.
Ooh, is that our journey next week?
I believe so. Beaumont, Westbrook. And then after that, they'll finish up non-district down at Challenger Stadium when they take on Clear Brook. So back-to-back road games to close out the non-district schedule for Deer Park.
That Challenger Stadium, that's a nice stadium to go to right there. I
No question.
don't mind going there. Ooh, we got to make that journey to Beaumont. You sure we can't talk them into coming this way?
You know, if it were up to me.
I agree.
First down and 10 at the Deer Park 45. Drake with time. Deer Park only rushes 3. The pass is going to be incomplete. Couple of big drops by Ketchum on this drive.
Number 26, Dre Ketchum.
And he stays down on the turf a little longer
Brings
in
up
frustration.
2nd down and 10.
Yeah, pride might be bothering him a little bit there.
Ketchum had a touchdown run last week.
He's actually, he's holding his, like he got a stinger maybe.
Yeah, he's going to head to the sideline. Going to try and shake it off. 18 seconds left in the half. Creek still with a timeout in their pocket. Deer Park trying to keep them off the scoreboard here late in the half. Second down and 10 at the 45. Drake, again, pump fakes. Now going to buy time. Keeps looking downfield, and he'll take it out of bounds shy of the 40-yard line. Clock will stop with 12 seconds to go.
He's knocked out of bounds by senior captain number 14, Reed Millett.
That's one thing that I've been impressed with Bryson Drake so far tonight. Even when he breaks the pocket, he's not immediately looking to run. He's still keeping his eyes downfield, looking for the big play. If it opens up, and if it doesn't, has no problem just taking what the defense will give him.
Yeah, again, to your point, looking at these Wildcats, he is the most impressive to me on that team right now for those very reasons that you just gave. He's looking ahead, looking what can he create to make something happen.
Third down and 7, Deer Park again. Only going to rush 3. Pass thrown a little bit behind Taylor. He has to make the adjustment.
Nice catch made by number
Going back
7,
behind his
Taylor.
body. Does make the catch, but falling down inbounds will force Clear Creek to burn their third and final timeout.
That's the last and final timeout for the half.
So all things considered, this could be, I guess you could slip in 2 plays here, but that's probably going to be the last one right here.
Well, if they were going on the other side of the field, I would say you might be in Carleton field goal range at the 38. But going into the wind,
yeah,
not quite sure.
No, I think you're absolutely correct. I think if you're going the other direction, I think you've got to, watching what he did in pregame, I think you've got just as good a shot of him making that than you do trying to score here. But I think, as you said, going straight into this wind is still going, the flags are still, again, blowing straight out. There's a hard wind down there.
Well, there you see King Phillips in the defensive huddle. See if they might bring him on as a deep threat, just to
in case it falls. Yeah.
In case something pass gets thrown deep towards the end zone, you have a guy with strong hands down there to possibly get an interception. So yeah, Phillips is going to be playing a little center fielder.
I tell you what, partner, that's a good job picking up the adjustment there. I got you.
So Deer Park going to just have 3. You got quick throw. Pass going to be caught, but falling to the ground is Taylor. They get the first down, and with 2 seconds left, the clock is going to stop. They're going to try and spike it to get one final play in, and they do. It's going to be clocked with about a half second left.
All right, we do not let anybody get behind us here. We keep everything in front of you, fellas.
And now they feel like maybe this is Carleton field goal territory as he comes on, and he's going to try and boot through about a 45-yard field goal into the wind.
Garrett Carleton is on the field to attempt a field goal for the Wildcats.
I tell you what, but again, watching what he did, I mean, the only thing that I think is going to affect him here is going into the wind. And now the wind's died down. If you look at the flags, it's quit blowing. Still movement, but
certainly not as strong as it was when we started.
And if he can keep this down, he's got the other part about this is he's kicking at the scoreboard. And so if he keeps this thing low enough, what are we going to do here?
And I think the officials are going to say that's the half.
That's exactly
And that's
what's happening.
an unfortunate break if you're Coach Dwayne Lane and the Wildcats. I think he's still wanting an explanation. I kind of say I don't blame him.
Yeah, I'm
And Clear Creek 7.
So at the break, 28-7, Deer Park with the lead at the break. Coach Lane still getting an explanation. It certainly looked like the offense got to the line, and Drake got that snap off and clocked it with time. Even with a little bit of a home clock, there was a little bit of extra time that went off after that ball hit the turf, but there was certainly still time left on that clock. So that'll be an interesting explanation to hear as we get going throughout the rest of tonight's game. But after the first 24 minutes, Deer Park starting to find their rhythm on offense and defense. They lead at 28-7 at the break. Back with more here from Abshire Stadium. You're watching Deer Park football on the Deer Network.
Ladies and gentlemen, now entering the field for the prettiest girls this side of the creek, the Clear Creek Cavaliers. The Cavaliers are under the direction of Ms. Libby Kempton and Ms. Kayla Douglas. The Cavalier officers are Junior Lieutenant Avery Easton, Junior Lieutenant Reagan Smith, and the Captain, Olivia Rose. Cavaliers social media members are historian Kaylin Prohaska, chaplain Adeline Winters, secretary Emma Martinez, new liaison Katrina Cox, and president Anna Bagger. The girls of the week are Kara McDonald and Emma Van Wagner. And now, the Cavaliers will entertain you with their field poem to Everybody Talks.
And now, for your continued halftime enjoyment, please welcome the Clear Creek High School Wildcat Band. Tonight, the Wildcat Band debuts the opening of their 2023 field production entitled Beneath the Surface. Their show features Songs of Sailors in the Sea by Robert W. Smith and Beyond the Sea by Bobby Darin, arranged by Steve Vinto and Bobby Fish. And now, under the field direction of drum majors Fabian Gonzalez, Evan Feary, and Connor Wetterstrom, the 2023 Clear Creek Wildcat Band. The Clear Creek High School Wildcat Band is under the direction of Tate Fincher, Caleb Hodson, and Bobby Fish. The color guard director is Christopher Burks, and the assistant percussion director is Dewan Blaine. The Creek Band extends our best wishes to the students, staff, and families of the Deer Park Band community for a safe, healthy, and enjoyable year.
And now we are proud to present the beautiful and talented Deer Park Deer Escorts dance team. Introducing the leadership team, beginning with the dance officers. Major Landry Schneider, Major Haley Teich, Lieutenant Colonel Andy Esser, and our Colonel Madison Moody. Our social officers are Executive Julia Andrews, Executive Brindley Buffalo, Vice President Ariel Flores, and President Allison Gould. The escorts of the week are Haven Alces and Jaden Willis. Spirit Girl of the week, Avery Holbrook. The Bobs of the week are Randy Blair and Terry Teich. Enjoy as the Deer Escorts and their Bobs perform a routine to Rescue Me. The Deer Escorts are under the direction of Jim Warren and Assistant Director Bethany Phelps. Deer Escort sponsors are Gulf Coast Education Federal Credit Union, Suncoast Plastic Surgery, the Moody Family, and TSC Logistics. Presenting the 2023 Deer Park High School Marching Band. The band is under the field direction of drum majors Caitlin De La Rosa, Cody Gonzalez, and Gabriela Paez. Director's Award to Ethan DeLeon. Section of the Week, Clarinets. Color Guard Member of the Week, Leighton Irwin. Outstanding Officers, Connor McDonald. Tonight, for your halftime entertainment, the Deer Park Band performs music from their 2023 marching show, Grow Your Gratitude. Instructor, Angelique Grant. Junior high directors are Jeff Murphy, David Dobson, Trenton Petrie, Zach Alcantara, Paul Daniel, Matt Bell, and Lauren Gray. Director of Fine Arts is Jason Dove. High school principals are Kurt Taylor, Yvette Powell, and John Wegman. Superintendent of Schools is Stephen Harrell.
Other scores from around the area. Action from yesterday. Pasadena Memorial 71 and Fort Bend Kipner 6. Final from yesterday. Angleton 28, Clear Lake 3. And South Houston 34, Houston Sterling 14. Scores tonight, halftime. Pasadena Dobie 14, Grand Oaks 3. Summer Creek 19, Clear Falls 7. Clearbrook 28, Baytown Lee 18. And at halftime, North Shore 31 and Spring 0.
Now, what is the question? Yeah. Wait. Sound card. It should be Pedro. I don't know. I wouldn't have changed it. But it was difficult for you. I remember you talking. I mean, you could have done it, I guess, at a commercial and just hoped, but still, yeah. The fact that you were
Welcome back, everybody, to Abshire Stadium. Mason Pratt here alongside Tim Culp. Second consecutive home game for Deer Park to open up the 2023 season. And as we get ready to start the third quarter, Deer Park with a 28-7 lead over the Clear Creek Wildcats. And Deer Park really started to get things clicking in that second quarter. Defense has played great pretty much throughout the entirety of that first half. Took the offense a little bit of time to catch up, but the defense was able to hold down the fort, and now the offense seems to be clicking, and hopefully more of the same for these next two quarters as well.
Yeah, that's exactly what, I mean, that was the full takeaway there is the fact that, again, while the offense was trying to get everything going, defense stayed with it, got the first score of the game for us, and like I said, I think we said that they had the offense had the ball 4 times in the first quarter, and punted every time, and then defense, and then in the second they had it 3 to 4 times and scored on 3 or 4. Wow. So we'll take that.
Hurtado with a deep kick all the way back inside the 10 goes Burton, who then mishandles it, but does a good job to get it up ahead to even the 14. It was a decent return considering.
Well, let's see if we can defensively pick up where we left off.
Yeah, the defense tonight, a couple of fumble recoveries, one going for a touchdown. Landon Sanders had the strip, the fumble recovery, and the scoop and score to get things started back in that first quarter. Bryson Drake and company going to start this one deep in their own part of the field at their own 14. They keep it on the ground. Kaufman had a couple of good, impressive runs, and Kaufman breaks the first play, and Kaufman going to take it one play for 86 yards.
Wow. And just like that,
Touchdown, Clear Creek.
Clear Creek is on the scoreboard again.
Number 5.
And they did it. They went to the heart of this Deer Park defense, right up the middle. That is not an area that gives up a lot of success, but they absolutely took advantage of it there.
Kaufman picking up where he left off late in that first half, having a couple of back-to-back solid runs. I would put that one as fairly solid. 86 yards on one play. And it has been feast or famine for this Wildcat offense. Either one play and a touchdown, or they've had trouble keeping things consistent. An extra point up and good, and just like that, it's down to a 2-touchdown game. Just 16 seconds gone by this third quarter.
Well, there's a good example right there of how important it was that defense took a stand late in that first half to not let them score.
And we did get an explanation of why that spike by Drake late in that first half ended and didn't allow them to try and attempt that field goal. That, say, in high school football, 3 seconds or less, you're not able to spike. So that's why Wildcats and Deer Park went to the half without Clear Creek getting an attempt to a late field goal.
Well, how big would that have been right there after that play?
So now the Deer Park offense is going to try and answer right back. See if they can indeed pick up where they left off in that first half. A couple of touchdowns on the ground, one by Gregory, one by Thompson. The lone touchdown through the air for Deer Park tonight, 70 yards to King Phillips from Kieselhorst.
Number 11, Jared Carlton.
So if any folks were late coming back from the concession stand, they've already missed some things.
Yes, they have.
Carlton, little surprise onside comes Deer Park's way, and a good job, good awareness.
Onside kick recovered by Deer Park, number 11,
Talon Sedall.
Yeah, Sedall right there to Sedall, a younger underclassman, but got some good hands. He'll be a young man that we'll see play a little more in the next couple of years.
His brother wasn't too bad.
No, he wasn't. Not at all.
First down and 10 for Deer Park. Going to start this drive with their own 48. Kieselhorst gets the opening drive of the third quarter. Rolls right. Slings across his body, but finds Hayden Smith down at about the 40.
Pass from Kieselhorst is complete.
Pretty
Picks up
impressive.
that first down.
Pretty impressive pass right there, going all the way back across his body.
Ward makes the tackle for the Wildcats.
Smith wide open out there all by himself, and he able to make the catch.
And Sedal going to get a snap on offense for, I think, the first time this year I might have seen him out there. He's going to get rewarded for the heads-up play on the onside kick. First down and 10 for Deer Park at the Wildcat 38. 3 wide out set. Now McBride motions. Wildcats show blitz. They come with it. Hand it off. Hayden Smith looking for blocks along the edge. Makes his cut at the 40. Takes a big hit.
Goes to number 1, Hayden Smith. He's knocked out of bounds by number 11, Garrett Carlton.
Garrett Carlton.
Flags will
Showing
play.
that defensive backs can tackle as well, but a flag thrown back near the line of scrimmage, probably bringing this one back.
Yeah, sure looked like probably a holding call there.
Holding. Offense number 81. 10-yard penalty. Replay first down.
They're going to mark off 10 following the holding penalty. There you see Carlton.
After
And that big hit on Hayden Smith on that play.
Brings up first down at 20.
Yeah, that was that good old-fashioned form tackle. Just put the helmet right in the center of the chest, reach down low and pick up. And I mean, woo.
Take a big hit like that, and the play doesn't even count.
Yeah.
Kieselhorst looking left, now steps up in the pocket, throws deep for King Phillips, and going to be incomplete.
Pass from Kieselhorst is
Phillips.
The one closest to that one by the end of the play.
Yeah, Phillips got tied up down here with Carlton
Brings up second down
and couldn't get away from him. And Kieselhorst thought he was going to be going deeper than what he was able to do. So
A little bit of miscommunication there on that scramble drill.
Yep.
Second down at 20. Hand it off. Gregory, he is swallowed up in the backfield. Christian Hunter, the linebacker, slicing his way in, and Deer Park going backwards.
Tell you what, give some credit to this defense for Clear Creek right now. They're doing a really good job of swarming the football and making tackles.
Third down and long.
And got this Deer Park offense on their heels just a little bit.
Starting outside linebacker Hunter. He's not a big guy, but he flies around and he can lay a hit. Third down and 27. Ball all the way back to the Deer Park 46. Quick little out route pass intended for Martinez is too high.
Kieselhorst is incomplete. Intended for Trey Martinez.
Good looking drive. Stalls out, and Deer Park going to be forced to punt.
Yeah, and I tell you what, credit to the Wildcat defense doing their job. And so, just like this, if you're Clear Creek, you're saying, hey, we did exactly what we needed to. Came out here in the first half, scored on the first play. Our defense stepped in here and forcing them to punt. Now the Deer Park defense is going to have to do their job.
Not even 2 minutes gone by this third quarter. It feels like the momentum is shifted. This punt going to roll inside the 15-yard line before
that
Ward
ball's live.
tried to jump on it.
Fumble on the
And
punt return.
Wildcats
Is
able to
recovered
maintain
by the
possession.
Wildcats.
Fabian Taylor, the one to jump on it for Clear Creek.
Fabian Taylor.
Wildcats going to start this drive at their own 11. Or actually, they're going to mark it a few yards up ahead to about the 14. That's where they started last drive.
From their own 14-yard line.
We know how that ended last time.
That's earned Kaufman some more snaps here as he's going to start this drive in the backfield with Bryson Drake. First down and 10. See if they go back to the hot hand of Kaufman, who's met at the line of scrimmage.
Number 5, Donovan Kaufman.
And this one,
He is bottled up. and
tough
stopped.
sledding just to get a yard.
Yeah, I know that was.
Number 9,
Yeah, I assure you, that front three for that
brings up second down and 8.
Deer Park defense, they took some exception to that last play where they scored, I assure you.
Cameron Colquitt, the junior, number 99, leading the way there. Second down and 9. Wildcats quickly to the line after breaking the huddle. Back on the ground, option look. Keeper by Drake up the middle. Once again, brought down by Colquitt. Good thing he kept that one because they were zeroed in on
Colquitt
Kaufman on that play.
For the Deer.
Pickup of 6
Brings up
by the senior quarterback. Third down,
for the Wildcats.
3 to go. Deer Park trying to halt this Clear Creek momentum. Drake takes the snap. Handed off. Kaufman trying to spin out of contact, but nothing doing. Luke Webb, when you need a big play defensively, that's who to look to.
That's the number you call, big number 98.
Number 98, Luke Webb.
Stepping up there and doing his job and says, no, enough of this.
Webb with the tackle for loss on the play. Stops the Clear Creek drive.
Number 11, Garrett Carlton
And
on
Deer
the
Park
punt for the Wildcats.
will look to get some pretty good starting
On
field
fourth down and
position.
6.
Hayden Smith taking a few steps forward up ahead to midfield. Waiting on the punt from Carlton. And Smith from the 50. Finds a little bit of a hole. Jump cut at the 40. Takes a couple of big hits and
Number 1,
pinballs
Hayden
down to
Smith
the
returns
36.
Deer Park. He's tackled by Cahill Ward. First down at 10, Deer Park. Officials timeout for injury on the field.
So Deer Park forces Creek to punt. Going to end up with really good field position after the punt.
Yeah.
Starting on the Creek Creek 36. So
What a job by the Deer Park defense to rebound after giving up that big run to Kaufman to open up the third. They batten down the hatches there on that drive. And Carlton, the one shaken up for Clear Creek.
that was 7:58 to go in the third quarter. Like we said, Creek comes out, takes the kick to start the second half, and man, they just one play, an 86-yard TD run, and then their defense forces Deer Park to punt. Then Deer Park's defense forces Creek to punt, and here we go.
Yeah, it's been an active start to this second half. Just over 4 minutes gone by in it. You saw the play by Luke Webb made there on that third down play as Carlton is on his feet. Didn't see what happened, and you would think that as the punter, if there was contact made,
Yeah, that it would have been a penalty, but
unless it came on the return by Hayden Smith. But Carlton heads towards the sideline, 7:58 to go, and McAdams going to be the quarterback for Deer Park here on this drive. Thompson in the backfield with him.
First down at 10, Deer Park.
all right, offense, we got good field position. Let's take advantage of this opportunity right here.
First and 10 from the Wildcat 36. Handed off Thompson. Pulls ahead down to about the 32.
Jerry Thompson. He's stopped by Dylan Russo.
Thompson, a
Pick up
senior
a 4, brings
captain,
up second down at 6.
was in line to be the backup to Canales a season ago, but an injury in the Summer Creek scrimmage, and Thompson was forced to miss all of his junior campaign, but he stuck with the program. Coaches said he's a vocal leader. That's why even despite not playing last year, was still voted a captain. Wheel route out of the backfield, tried to drop it into Hayden Smith, but unable to haul it in. Flag thrown.
Adams is incomplete.
Flag on this side.
Smith.
Yeah, and I tell you, man, think about that for just a second. If as hard as he runs, if we could have had him last year, that'd have been a real tandem to have to deal with.
Yeah, that would have been a punishing duo. Canales, of course, first team all-district selection. Probably should have earned it as a junior as well, but got second team selection back in 21. But Canales capped off his high school career with a great senior season, and Thompson, like we said, was in line to be his kind of supplemental back. And that's the one thing that you're trying to avoid in a
Man
scrimmage.
downfield offense. That penalty decline.
Is you're trying to avoid injuries in those scrimmages, and unfortunately, Thompson, he's rebounded well, though, to start his senior year. McAdams on third down after the penalty was declined. Jump ball is Phillips is upended. Incomplete. Khalil Ward undercuts Phillips, and Phillips hops right back up.
Yeah, it's one of those things that I think it looked worse than what it really was, but he did turn into a parasail there for a second. Goodness gracious.
Man, there was so much rotation there. My goodness. Phillips.
I score him a perfect 10 on the land. Good night.
Fourth down in Deer Park. After starting this drive at the Wildcat 36, trying to convert on fourth down. Pass is going to be slung on and incomplete as once again Khalil Ward undercut it, and he's dropped what would have been, what could have been his second pick tonight. He dropped one back in the first half as well. That one goes through his hands. And the Wildcat defense turns away Deer Park after Deer Park had their best starting field position of the night.
Yeah, I mean, just unable to take advantage of a really, really, really good field position.
Drake with Coffin in the backfield, fakes the give to him. Now goes deep downfield, pass incomplete. Had a man at the second level. Taylor was open around midfield. Drake just overthrew him.
For number 7, Javian Taylor.
Yeah, that's exactly where he was going. But like you said, just got a little high on it and floated it over the top of him. He could make a play on it.
Sets up a second down and 10. Little counter play, not going to get by Luke Webb, though. Kaufman once again dropped for a loss, and once again Luke Webb starting to live in the Wildcat backfield.
Yeah, Luke Webb said, nope, I've seen this before. We're not doing that, fellas. Find another play.
Brings up third down and 15.
And what a night. He had a heck of a night last week against LaPorte. Doing it again tonight. District defensive MVP last season. I put him as the favorite to win it again this year. Just my 2 cents.
I think that's a fair wager right there.
Third down at 14. Deer Park brings pressure. Drake trying to escape the pocket, buying time. Pass is bobbled and incomplete. Looking for Matthew Willis.
Pass is bobbled and incomplete, intended for number 13, Matthew Willis.
Sanders bearing down defensively. That wouldn't have gone anywhere had Willis been able to haul that one in anyway.
Brings up fourth down at 15.
So remember now, Carlton, the normal punter.
Ooh, big hit put on by Sanders. He had a big hit last week on the quarterback as well. Huge sack.
So Drake going to do the punting duties for the Wildcats.
A low line drive, and Hayden Smith going to field it. Little ground ball, and now makes a man miss. Hayden Smith down the near sideline, cuts it back towards the middle of the field at about the 40, and he's going to be dragged down. Wyatt Smith making the stop on Hayden Smith, and yet again, Deer Park sitting pretty to start a drive, this time at the 35.
Started the last one at the 36. This one got a little closer. Maybe that's what we need. Just get a yard closer.
There we go. Kieselhorst back in at quarterback. Oh, the little dead leg move here. Able to turn that corner. Get some extra yardage. First down. McBride in motion. On the ground for Gregory. Looking for a hole along the left side. At about the 31 and pushed backwards.
Number 4, Isaiah Gregory on the carry for the Deer.
Bill Rogers and Dylan Russo combining to make the stop for Creek.
Brings up second
halfway through this
6.
third quarter. Deer Park holding on to that 28-14 advantage. Trying to get that lead back up to 3 touchdowns, though. That's what they'd like to do. 3 wideouts, far side of the field. McBride motions over to that side as well. Hayden Smith, pitch to him on the option. Nothing doing. As Luke Crowder from that slot corner spot drops Hayden Smith all the way back at the 36.
Yeah, he just let that play develop, didn't let anything get to the outside of him, just sat there.
Brings up third down at 11.
On the little option play and just waited till the pitch and took his man, made the tackle.
And just like that, Deer Park looking at a third down and 11. And that guy, King Phillips, he's been the go-to guy when you need a play. See if they look that way on third down. Kieselhorst looks right. Now going to step up into the pocket, has running room, but couldn't get by the defensive line. And Kieselhorst brought down near the original line of scrimmage.
With the quarterback scramble up the middle. He's tackled by Najee Oliver.
Oliver, the
Brings up
defensive
fourth
end,
down at 10.
able to bring down Kieselhorst before he was able to break that because he had a lot of running room in front. Fourth down and 10. Offense, again, staying on the field. Hard count by Kieselhorst. Now he'll take a step back. And a little quick kick from the quarterback. Going to roll all the way into the end zone. So both offenses starting to struggle here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I mean, the last 4 plays right there have started inside the Creek 36-yard line, and that's it. Didn't matter if you're with Creek or with Deer Park. So neither offense able to move the football.
And that 86-yard run by Kaufman to open up the third, and since then, not much. Of course, that doesn't stop the cheerleaders from being enthusiastic.
Yeah, this ball has not gotten past the 36-yard line, so wow.
Drake sends Taylor in motion, fake the give to Kaufman, loads up, looking for another deep play, looking for Surreal, jump ball, and batted away. Good coverage downfield by Jackson, one-on-one.
Intended for Samuel Surreal.
Jackson wins that battle.
22, Andre Jackson for Deer
Yeah, he
Park.
did. He just stayed with him on the coverage
Brings
right
up
there.
second down at 10.
And Surreal for Clear Creek had a big 70-yard reception in the first half to get the Wildcats on the board. They were looking for another deep ball to him here. And a good job by Jackson, one-on-one. Second down and 10 here. Goes far side of the field.
Kaufman on the carry.
Kaufman trying to get back in rhythm on the ground. Picks up
Tackled by
about
number
5.
97, Kyra Lewis. Injury timeout on the field.
And another Wildcat down. Looks like one of the offensive linemen here. So another stoppage here with 3:57 to go in the third. And we mentioned that heavyweight fight between Katy and Atascocita happening. And Eagles have bounced back. They've lead it at halftime, 21-14 over Katy.
(21-14).
Yeah, that is a game certainly worth the price of admission.
Yeah, no kid.
Another great matchup. C.E. King taking on Allen from up there in the Dallas area. Of course, that's where Kyler Murray went to high school, set all kinds of records. And C.E. King with a lead, 38-22 late in the third quarter. North Shore doing North Shore things, leading Spring 34-0. And the Pasadena Eagles with a win, 32-9 over Spring Woods.
There we go.
Rayburn leading as well, 28-0 over Milby. You mentioned South Houston beating Baytown Sterling, 34-14. So a win by Deer Park tonight could have the entire district with wins. Channelview with a lead over Aldine MacArthur. Dobie with a 20-10 lead over Grand Oaks.
Down at 6.
Wow. District's doing well tonight.
I wonder how many times that has happened. Let's see if that holds. Third down. Little tunnel screen. Pass is incomplete.
Pass is incomplete.
Looked like they were looking for number 0, Crutch, on the little screen, and that goes too tall, incomplete,
Brings up
and
the
another
fourth
punt
down
here
and
in the
6
third.
for the Wildcats.
Yeah, I would be very curious to know the last time
That every team in the
every
district
team
won.
in the district won on the same week. No offense to Rayburn and Pasadena, but it's not a lot of times that those two teams win in the same week. So Drake, another kick. Takes a hop of the 45, and once again, Hayden Smith hesitates before makes his move. Takes it into Creek territory.
Hayden Smith on the return for Deer Park.
Getting tackled about the 48 to 49
Tackled
yard
by
line.
number 8, Christian Hunter. First down and 10, Deer Park from their own 49-yard line.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is,
Correction, first down and 10, Deer Park from the Clear Creek 49-yard line.
to say he had to get it past the 50. I mean, at this juncture, we're only playing on one side of the field right now, no matter who has the ball.
Yeah, third straight drive for Deer Park to start on the plus side of the 50, and yet no points to show for it. See if that changes here on this drive. Hand it off to Gregory on first down. Does a good job to keep his feet moving and pick up a hard-earned 7 yards.
Isaiah Gregory. Tackle by number 8, Christian Hunter for the Wildcats.
I kind of got a suspicion that was the conversation over
second
on
down and 4.
the sideline while the offense was taking a break, was to say, hey, guys, look, we've had the ball 3 consecutive times, or at least twice on the other side of the 50, and we're not doing anything with it. We've got to take advantage of this.
Second down and 4. McAdams back on the ground for Gregory. Picks up the first.
Handoff goes to Gregory.
See if they start to lean on the ground game here on this
Brought
drive.
down by Russo. But a pickup of 5 on the play.
Back-to-back runs by Gregory, enough to move the chains. And once again, Deer Park inside the Wildcat 40.
I tell you what, if you can go to the ground game and keep moving the chains with a 2-touchdown lead late in the third quarter, I'd stay with it.
Motion in Martinez, fake the give, and McAdams going to follow a block from McBride along the right side.
Jacob
McBride picks up about 4.
Up the middle. Dragged down by number 58, Keyshawn Jones. Pickup of 3, brings up second down and 7.
So Gregory going to get a little bit of a breather. He heads to the sideline, and Terry Thompson checks back in. Second down and 7. Ball at the Wildcat 35. They go back on the ground. 4th straight run by Deer Park on this drive, and this one goes for Thompson.
Wyatt Smith makes a tackle for the Wildcats.
Right on the handoff, it looked like McAdams kind of bobbled that handoff. It wasn't just real smooth. I thought for a second we maybe fixed to drop the football, but it didn't happen.
Thompson with a short gain there on second down. McBride in motion. 3rd down and 5. Deer Park trying to keep the drive going. Back on the ground. Thompson stacked up in the line, but finds a little bit of a crease and finds first down yardage.
There we go.
He's tackled by number 8, Christian Hunter.
And he's saying, feed me the ball. And instead,
Deer Park first down.
He heads towards the sideline, and Gregory going to come back in. Thompson was starting to feel it. New set of downs, though. 1st and 10. Ball at the Wildcat 27. 3 wideouts to the far side of the field. Hayden Smith, King Phillips, and Trey Martinez all lined up to that side. Back up the middle. Gregory, nothing doing there. As he is met by Wyatt Smith, the linebacker. You don't see a lot of linebackers rocking number 81.
That's right.
No game on the play. Brings up second down at 10.
He may have a desire to be tied in every once in a while.
Creek does kind of use guys a little bit on both sides,
Yeah.
certain guys on both sides, but don't think we've seen Wyatt Smith in on offense. Not that we've seen. So after just one play on the sideline, Thompson comes back in. Little RPO. McAdams with some running room. Taking it down inside the 20.
going to be close. Is he going to be able to pick up the first down? Oh, he's going to be right on the mark, it looks like.
He's brought down by Will
Safety
Rogers.
Will Rogers cutting down McAdams just shy of the first down line.
And I think that's going to be our last play for the quarter, and Deer Park's going to pick up the first down as well. So
after a little bit of a delay, they do rule that McAdams was able to pick up that first down, and we're going to head to the final 12 minutes. Deer Park with a 28-14 advantage, and looking to add to it when we come back with the start of the fourth here on the Deer Network.
It's time for personal injury attorney David Garcia to give back to the town he grew up in.
Now open in Deer Park, I'm here to represent you.
This Saturday, while you watch the game, we're watching the grill. Order through the Jersey Mike's app for free Saturday delivery, unless you're going to miss seeing this. Introducing free Saturday delivery. Jersey Mike's, a sub above.
Well, Deer Park at halftime had a 28-7 lead, and Clear Creek on their opening play of the second half went 86 yards to cut it to a two-possession game, but since then it was just back and forth punting, it felt like, in that third quarter. See if the start of the fourth quarter changes things. First down and 10 for Deer Park. Keeper by Millett along the left side, and he falls down, taking it inside the 15.
Reed Millett on the quarterback keeper. Keyshawn Jones makes the stop for the Wildcats.
After Millett picks up a long 2, maybe 3 yards. Second down. And McAdams getting a call from the sideline here as the rest of the offense gets lined up. Ball at the Wildcat 14. And Hayden Smith going to line up in the backfield here on second down. Once again, option look. McAdams takes it himself and spinning his way down to the 5 to pick up another Deer Park first down.
Nice job there by McAdams. Just a little bit of a fake on the pitch there. Cut it back up the middle.
And that linebacker was bearing down so fast, I thought for sure he was getting ready to make that pitch to Hayden Smith. Instead, he says, I'll just make the cut up. See ya. Wow. Putting the linebacker on the ground with that one. First and goal from the 5. Hand it off. Gregory up the middle, slicing his way into the end zone. Gregory finds the end zone for the second time tonight.
That's what we've been looking for.
Isaiah Gregory on the 5-yard touchdown run for the Deer.
Well, it took us 4 tries to get there, but we finally got it.
And Deer Park finally able to capitalize on the great starting field position. And the lead back up to 3 possessions here to open up the fourth.
I couldn't get everybody on the field right, so we're going to have to take a timeout here.
Timeout, Deer Park.
A little bit of confusion getting everybody out there for the extra point attempts. So Deer Park having to burn their first time out of the half here just before the extra point. Coach Flynn talking things over with his offense and special teams unit.
saying, fellas, I sure didn't want to have to burn the timeout right there.
Yeah. Guys, we got to remember we got to kick an extra point after we score touchdowns. Celebrate after that.
Yeah.
Introducing free Saturday delivery. Jersey Mike's, the sub above.
Deer Park going to line up for the extra point. Looking to get the lead back up to 21.
Number 15, Keeler, put on the hole for kicker number 19, Francisco Sanchez.
Oh, and Sanchez off the upright.
The point after attempt is
Points one, and it goes no good. Score going to stay at 34-14 with 10:47 left to go here in the ball game.
Deer Park 34 and Clear Creek 14.
Okay, so take this right. I'm going to that parking space. Gonna put the car in park.
Well, normally you'd feel pretty good about a 20-point lead here in the fourth quarter, but the times that Clear Creek have scored tonight, they've all been one-play drives, and they've all been huge plays.
Yeah, I'm kind of to that point. I don't know that they may, I haven't looked, but it may be maybe 20 seconds that they've used to score both times. So.
Yeah. A 70-yard throw from Bryson Drake to Surreal. And then we talked about that first play for the Wildcats in this second half. 86 yards. Touchdown run by Kaufman right up the gut.
Let's see if we can't kick this one deep and maybe pin them back a little bit, make them burn some clock.
Kicking off for the Deer.
Hurtado, ball teed up at the 40. This one's going to drop in no man's land. Live ball going to be recovered by Deer Park. Great job by Batista. And Deer Park going to steal a possession here.
My goodness.
First down in Deer Park.
I mean, he came flying down there. The ball hit the ground and popped straight up in the air. And I bet you he jumped. It looked like he jumped 10 feet. I know it wasn't that high, but goodness, watch this. Whoop, I got that. Come here. Did he step out? I don't know that he stepped out. I didn't look at that again.
Empty backfield look on first down. Kieselhorst in at quarterback. And a keeper by the quarterback up the middle. He's making defenders miss. And Kieselhorst all the way to the end zone. Touchdown.
Ooh, what a run, what a run. He was high stepping and spinning, and he said, watch this, folks.
My goodness, what a run by the junior.
That was awesome. I love it.
Just would not go down. About three different defenders had a chance to bring him down.
Watch this high stepping. Whoop, 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 whoop.
Ah, got it. Wow, what a run.
And the extra point is
Kieselhorst, 20-yard touchdown run. And the extra point by Sanchez up and good. And for the second consecutive week, Deer Park has hit the 40-point mark. How about one more time? You can count the missed tackles on this one.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Wow. That is a back-breaking sequence for Clear Creek. Not able to get on the live ball on the kickoff. And just one play. Kieselhorst slicing through the entire Wildcat defense en route to a 20-yard touchdown run. Deer lead at 41-14. Here's the effort right at the end, holding on to that
Yeah.
ball. And he knew it. I love it. I love the point. This ball going to be caught about the 23-yard line, running into his own man. Goes Crutch. Brought down at the 31.
Crutch. He's brought down by number 22, Andre Jackson for Deer Park.
Well, a couple of quick touchdowns here early in the fourth quarter by Deer Park. Kind of opened things up a little bit. 2 touchdowns in the span of less than 90 seconds.
That'll help get you way ahead in a ball game.
Yeah. Creek, do they have enough lightning in the bottle to get back into it? Keeper by Drake out on the option, trying to string things along. Makes a couple defenders miss, gets upfield, and does a good job to pick up about 6.
Quarterback Bryson Drake on quarterback keeper. Sean Williams makes the stop for Deer Park. Brings us up second down and 5.
Kaufman, after his back-to-back long runs late in that first half, he's kind of taken over the running back duties. We have not seen a whole lot of Drake Ketchum, number 26, since then. Of course, Ketchum had a couple of big drops as well, but they go back on the ground for Kaufman. Nothing doing, and he's just going to have to turn upfield and get what he can, and it's not much.
Yeah, now right now with this lead the way it is and all this momentum on Deer Park's side, this defense for Deer Park is just going to be relentless.
Down at 2.
Sean Williams there, you see number 20.
They're going to be relentless on this pursuit. Watch this. This is another good example.
Look at the defensive line coming from the backside. Braden Guerra, the junior. 3rd down and 2 to go from the 39. Back on the ground for Kaufman. Trying to get that first down. I don't know if he got there. He's met right after he got to the line of scrimmage, and he's pushed backwards. Only picks up a yard.
He's brought down by number 92.
Well, now if you're Creek, you're so far down the ball game, you got to try to make something happen. But man, do you dare take the chance of giving Deer Park this kind of field position again?
4th down, yard to go from your own 40. Creek.
They're going to go for it.
Desperate times, desperate measures. Hard count by Drake.
Take timeout.
Coach Lane going to take his first timeout of the half. With 8:35 to go here in this 4th.
I'm a proud Deer Park player. Class 2002. I grew up with Coach Tim who played baseball together. Now I'm a pioneer teacher, fighting to make our community safe. We've recovered hundreds of millions of dollars already.
So we mentioned a very even series between these two teams since 2004, but Deer Park has certainly got the better of Clear Creek over the last few years. They won 4 of the last 5, 5 of the last 7. 2 in a row, could be 3 in a row if they can hold on here tonight.
They sure got things set up the right way to pull that off.
ISD would like to thank our athletic sponsors tonight.
41-14 with 8:35 to go in the ball game, and so those last 2 big scores, I mean, just
Shell Federal Credit Union.
And especially after that kickoff, just perfectly placed, and then Bautista, like you said, flying in. 4th down, 1 to go. Drake lost the football. It looked like a little bit.
He may have picked. No,
mishandled there. And I think they're going to say that Drake did not even get back to the line of scrimmage there. They're going to mark him short, and the Deer Park defense is going to stop on 4th down.
He is stopped short of the line to gain. Deer Park will take over on downs. First down and 10.
And how about that? It's not a turnover, but it's just as effective as one. Another short field set up with 8:31 to go, and Deer Park at this point cruising after those back-to-back touchdowns here early to open up this fourth quarter.
Yeah, really, really, really good position right now. Just at this point, I think we're probably going to see a whole lot of Mr. Thompson, a whole lot of Mr. Gregory.
Actually going to get number 15 Erdman in and number 30 Jonathan Cantu.
That'll work.
Gets the call right up the middle on his first carry of the season. Picks up a first down and more. And look at the pile move. All the way down inside the 25.
Little rugby scrum going on right there.
On the carry for the
Cantu, 16 yards on his first carry of the year.
Hey, trying to make a statement. You got to do it when you can.
Pick up of 15 on the play. Is enough for a Deer Park first down.
Right up the gut. Back on the ground, Cantu again. Staying on his feet. Officials going to have to end this play because Cantu wasn't going down without a fight. Another hard run down inside the 20. He's going to pick up about another 6 yards there on first down.
Makes a stop for the Wildcats. Brings up second down and 4.
All spotted at the Creek 18-yard line. Deer Park going to try and burn as much of this clock as they can as we're inside of 7.5 to go. Line out to each side. Back on the ground, this time number 34, Xavier Sanchez.
On the carry for the Deer.
A couple of senior running backs getting their first carries of the year.
And doing a really good job right now of moving the football.
Yeah, moving the chains there sets up a first down, and I think it's going to be right at the 10, or just inside the 10. So that'll be first and goal.
Brings up first down and goal to go for the Deer.
Cantu back at it, running back. Erdman, low snap, still gets time to keep it himself, and Erdman able to pick up some good yardage inside the 5, and even Erdman's still fighting for every yard that he can. Extending to the end zone for the touchdown.
I love it. I love second effort. I love, there's a flag. But I love second effort. I love the determination.
For the Deer Park touchdown.
That was excellent second effort.
The busted play in Erdman with a second, third, fourth, and fifth effort to get all the way to the end zone. Of course, flags coming in at the tail end of it.
Start of the play is a touchdown. Up to the play, we have dead ball for all both teams. White 19 and red 83. Those penalties offset. Here we go for the try.
Senior tight end Miranda for Deer Park. Guilty of the infraction there, offsetting penalties. Extra point up and through, and 48 points on the board tonight.
With 6:36.
Stepped on my headset cable during that call. I was not expecting that one to go to the end zone.
That'll make your head duck down, won't it?
It sure will. And who would have thought that the two most impressive runs of the night would come from the quarterback position?
No kidding. Tell you what, though, good job by Cantu and Sanchez there on that drive, contributing very effectively to set that thing up.
Good to see those seniors get some snaps on senior night and make the most of them.
Absolutely, they did.
Another good student section on hand tonight.
They got a lot of enthusiasm going in that student section. Got the construction vest going on tonight. I'm not really sure what all that's about, but okay. Nobody has me.
And for Clear Creek, they're going to be at home next week playing host to Channelview. So that'll be one to keep our eyes on as well. Short kick. Fielded by Crutch at about the 20. Going to try and bounce it all the way to the far or the near side of the field. But nothing doing there. Good coverage by the kickoff unit.
He's tackled by Joshua Martinez. First down and 10.
Number 25, Martinez, with the tackle there on Crutch. First and 10 for the Wildcats from their own 25 with 6:32 left. And after that game with Channelview next week, Clear Creek stays in district, or at least our district. Going to be at home hosting Pasadena Memorial.
That'll like give us a little barometer test, maybe.
Yeah, for sure. First and 10. And a new quarterback for Creek. And that's number 13, Matthew Willis. Takes his first snap and first carry. A short pickup of just a yard.
Yeah, I tell you what, though, I know we got Willis in there now for them, but, man, hats off to Drake. He played some good football tonight, some very, especially in that first half. He showed some signs of some real talent.
Second full year as a starter. Saw some playing time even as a sophomore 2 years ago, but last year was really when he locked down that starting quarterback spot, and it's continued into this senior season as well. Willis taking the snap, handed off up the middle, looking for some running room. Goes Kaufman along the right side, and not a whole lot there. Give credit to the second unit, and look at the effort by Kaufman. Right as I was saying that, not a whole lot there. He fights for every yard and takes it out past the 30.
Hey, he's trying to make some extra, make a statement back. Like I said, he's had some good sparks tonight from time to time.
Yeah, a run like that you don't often see when the team's down by 34. Sets up a 3rd down and 4 as we approach 5 minutes to go. Shotgun set. Willis lost the football, and Creek going to have to jump on it.
Fumble on the play.
Oh, Deer Park's got it.
And Deer Park actually going to jump on that loose ball.
There we go.
I thought for sure number 88, Cooper Simons, who was lined up in the backfield, was able to jump on that with relative ease, but not the case in the 3rd lost fumble tonight by Clear Creek. This one,
I think Brody Bailey was able to fall on that for Deer Park. He's the one getting the excitement and all the love right now anyway.
Sophomore defensive lineman jumps on the ball. 3rd turnover forced by this defense tonight.
Timeout, Clear Creek. They have 1 remaining.
So the Wildcats going to burn their second timeout here with just under 5 to go. So we mentioned earlier, 2 more non-district games for Deer Park before opening up district play. They'll be on the road next week and the week after that, now that I think about it. Going to be out in Beaumont, taking on Beaumont Westbrook next week. And that was a matchup a season ago where Deer Park jumped on the Bruins early and never looked back. They jumped out to that 35-0 lead, went on to cruise. Then they'll wrap up the non-district schedule 2 weeks from now on the road again when they take on Clearbrook. So following the timeout taken by Creek, Deer Park keeping it on the ground here on 1st down.
Handoff goes to number 30, Jonathan Cantu.
And Cantu with another impressive run. He's averaging about 5 yards a pop.
Number 40, Diego Martinez, makes the stop for the Wildcats.
Got number 13, Jonathan Franco, in there doing the quarterbacking for Deer Park right now.
Fourth quarterback used tonight for Deer Park. Another senior getting some reps here on senior night. Franco with 2 in the backfield. 2nd down and 5. Hand it off along the right side. Going to try and turn the corner inside the 20. Bouncing it out to the outside. Number 5, Aiden Cassis, showing off some speed there. Picks up the 1st down.
He's forced out by Javier Taylor.
Cassis getting the carry there. Senior wideout picks up the 1st down. Look at the speed, turning that corner.
Park, 1st down.
New set of downs for Deer Park at the Wildcat 13. And Franco just going to be called on to kneel it out here.
Number 13, Jonathan
We're inside
Franco
of
takes a knee.
Coming up on 3.5 to go.
Yeah, at this point, it's just run the clock out, get your victory, and get ready to take the journey.
You're already thinking about that road trip.
I'm thinking about that road trip. I'm gonna look up the good restaurants between here and there. I assure you.
You let us know. Band still partying. Franco going to take another kneel down. Inside of 3 to go.
Franco takes a knee. Brings up 3rd down.
A couple of kneel downs away. Creek will get the ball back with a little bit of time to work with. There you see the band. Always enthusiastic.
Yeah. They bring a little life to the party, that's for sure. Look at there. They're excited.
You know, they were showing that student section earlier, and you had students shying away from the camera. Not the band.
No, not the band.
Band says, give me that camera time.
That's right. They're all about the performance.
3rd down is 3 straight kneel downs by Franco here.
Once again takes a knee. Brings up 4th down for Deer Park.
So 30 seconds on the play clock. We're going to be near the 90-second mark by the time Deer Park turns this ball over.
Well, you know, talking about the, traveling down to Westbrook next week, the fact is, I mean, that's always, to me, that Westbrook ball game has kind of always been a barometer of our year. You know, what you can kind of look forward to. And I've always thought it was a good test because Westbrook definitely comes in with good football teams. And so, like you said, last year we got on top of them and never looked back. And it just kind of set the tone, I think, for the rest of the year.
Yeah, Deer Park certainly was feeling good about that matchup. And what Westbrook typically does, last year was a bit of a down year for them. I think they went about 5-5 and missed out on the playoffs. But, early in the season, you don't know that that's the way that the season's going to go for the Bruins.
Exactly.
So when you have that, what you think is a good, like I said, a good barometer of what your team can do, and you jump on a team like they did last year, I think that probably helps build a lot of confidence in that Deer Park squad and helps kind of catapult them to that nice start to the season that they had. Going into that game against Chandler, you're still sitting at 7-0.
Yeah, and I think you can try to do that same thing going into this year. Especially if you can go down to their house and get on top of them and whoop up on them a little bit. That would be awesome.
Willis back in for his 2nd straight drive. Handed off up the middle. Number 21, Gabriel Rodriguez.
But don't you think for a minute they're not going to be ready to play.
Rodriguez is on the carry there. Listed as a linebacker, number 21, but got the call there as a running back. Back-to-back carries for Rodriguez. He takes it along the left side for short pickup.
Pedro Rodriguez on the carry for the
Ahead to about
Wildcats.
the 35.
Tackle made by number 47, Andrew Clark.
Andrew Clark, junior linebacker for the Deer, bringing down Rodriguez there. 3rd down and 4 is what should be the final play in this one. But Deer Park, after not being able to find the end zone in the 3rd quarter, they put up 20 points here in this 4th. To really pull away from Clear Creek late in this one. As Rodriguez
Rodriguez
again,
on the
3rd straight carry. Nothing doing, picks up maybe about a half yard, and that will do it. Deer Park can win their 3rd straight matchup over Clear Creek tonight behind a strong 4th quarter. 20 points put up by Deer Park in the final 12 minutes, and Deer Park wins it over Clear Creek tonight, 48-14, and they improved to 2-0 on the year.
Yeah, just a great job in that. It took a little time to get things going. Good job defensively for Deer Park.
The players and coaches
A couple of really exciting plays that took place. You know, the fact of the kickoff right there, where we were able to jump on that and then get in position to score. It just kind of set the tone for the rest of the ball game to wrap this thing up. It got out of hand at that point. And so for my first game, and I'll put it to you that way, I liked what I saw. You know, rooms for improvement. I think the Westbrook game will be a good game to test kind of really where we are. So it's going to be exciting. Going to be an exciting year.
Deer Park puts up a huge 20-point spot in the 4th quarter. 48-14, the final score as Deer Park wins it over Clear Creek, and we are looking forward already to next Friday. You're looking forward to it, right?
I'm looking forward to it.
That's
I'm looking
right.
forward to next Friday. I ain't looking for that drive.
We're going to head out to Beaumont to take on the Bruins of Beaumont Westbrook next Friday night. As here you see the highlights from tonight. And it got started with the strip, the recovery, and the touchdown by Sanders. And Deer Park was cruising, especially on the defensive side of things. But if you can't join us in Beaumont, we'll have the radio broadcast and audio broadcast for you for that one. If you're not wanting to make the trip out to Beaumont, Tim, you don't have a choice. You are going.
I'm going.
For those of you who are fans, you don't have to. You can always listen to us, and we'll have that broadcast for you next week from Beaumont. Until then, have a great week. We will talk to you next Friday from Beaumont as the Deer Park takes on the Bruins of Beaumont Westbrook. But here tonight, Deer Park behind a strong 4th quarter, 48-14 over Clear Creek. Deer Park improves to 2-0. We'll talk to you next week.